The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Leading them out is the former first-rounder from all the way back in 2004 from Miami of Ohio, Ben Roethlisberger.
And when you just sit and look at the raw numbers, you actually kick back and nod in appreciation about the career Ben Roethlisberger has had. Went over 50,000 passing yards last year, 8th all-time. But what he wants more than anything, one more run to the Super Bowl where he's won twice previously.
He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. The 40, the 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there, 75 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
This is taken near the 13. And some space here. He's got daylight. 20. And the Packers are in for the score. So a heck of a start to this, and we haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big win early.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the wrong pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, second-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, partner, go ahead and strike up the band. Cue up the dance moves. AB is in the end zone yet again. And that's not a surprise at all. His ability to turn something into a bigger play after the catch, that run after catch, one of the things that helps separate him as one of the elite receivers in the NFL.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he's loose again. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. In for the score. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I can't help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. So he fielded the kick at the 8 and never looked back. A great return all the way to the end zone. 92 yards all told. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. All right, now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On second down, it's Bell. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now it's Jackson, flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there, 66 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
Well, you think 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play that time for the Packers. And even 60 yards.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe. About the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get
they?
a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers have moved out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field now comes the wideout Antonio Brown, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Here's Roethlisberger, and he connects with Vance McDonald. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacted the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Eli Rogers, 34 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And that score and the point after will knock this ball game up.
And when you're playing from behind, all you want to do is get back to even and, in a sense, start over again. That's exactly what they were able to accomplish.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or 2. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2. The preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And we put our attention now on the defense for the Packers. Now, last time out, they gave up the touchdown. Here, though, this defense in prime position.
This gives them a chance to go ahead and take the last possession and throw it away. Not even worry about it anymore. They can be in attack mode now. They can be the ones who can change this game and change field position and give their offense a great opportunity.
You mean attack mode by what they call here defensively?
Exactly. Great spot to have the offense pinned back. Don't let them out, and maybe pressure advantage.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Big hold to the 30, and he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. And a nice gain at 21 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more there and another first down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you.
Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure this team sees him as confident.
He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And give him a gain of 37. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down, here's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team? Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They go play action here on first down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark. Never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Kyler Fackrell in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on